Let's go to the US, where the former members of the Biden administration, Freya, are doing tours, releasing books, giving excuses. It just never ends, does it?
This does feel like a bit of a throwback to the pre-Trump era when the US was so woke. But former Biden White House spokesman Karine Jean-Pierre is off promoting her new book, Independent. And when asked whether she regrets anything about her time with Biden, this is what she said.
I woke up every day very proud to be the White House press secretary. I woke up every day as a Black woman who is queer, who no one had ever seen someone like me at that podium standing behind that lectern. It was an honor and a privilege to have that job.
The fact that they did have a queer Black woman as press secretary is probably the only accomplishment of the Biden administration, one might say. I mean, I don't think there was much else. And she didn't talk about, the cover-up, the border crisis. No, she was just proud to be a queer Black woman. Yeah, she mentioned only two of her three qualities. Black, true. Queer, true. She forgot to mention absolutely hopeless at her job. So, but there you go. Every interview she mentions as a Black queer woman.
Well, you got to hold on to something, James.
I suppose so. I tell you what, if you were in Brisbane yesterday trying to get across the Story Bridge, you would have seen something you would not see probably ever again. The driver of a massive truck, you can see him there. He was heading across the bridge when all of a sudden he realised he probably wasn't going to fit under the main structure. And so rather than continuing on and threatening damage, he decided to do a U-turn in the middle of the bridge. I guess that's what you call choosing the least worst option. And opinion was divided, Caleb, over whether he was an absolute idiot and should have planned his trip better, or whether he was an absolute superstar. Talk about driver awareness. He realised ahead of time, made a correction. Not easy to do a U-turn in a vehicle that big on the Story Bridge. I reckon he did well.
He pulled it off too. Look, I think under the circumstances he made the right decision. I mean, you'd rather that than crash into the bridge, right?
Well, that is how I felt learning to drive in Balmain. Like you're driving a truck and trying to do a U-turn on a bridge. It was horrendous.
You should see how I get around the streets of Balmain in the Audi A5, There's 40 km/h speed limits. No. I'm a model driver, absolute model driver. But, to paraphrase Margaret Thatcher, U-turn if you want to, and so will I. I'm in the truck. By the way, while we're in Queensland, they've been having terrible weather up there, you might have seen over the last couple of days. Yesterday in Ipswich, think of the trolleys. Have a look at this. It's trolley-pocalypse in Ipswich. The high winds are so bad that the trolleys are like, I'm out of here, and they're just taken off down the street. I mean, it's bad enough. It's like they're having a race. It's bad enough all these people who take the trolleys home and leave them on the side of the street. Imagine the clean-up after that one.
Look, if the storm can put the trolleys back, you can too.